hear that in the background?
Let me see.
Deliver me, deliver me, deliver me.
Everything I do by faith. And I don't move unless God say so. We started working on this album. I said, man, this is different. It's different. With the first track we made, I knew that this is what I was meant to do.
I walk by faith and not by sight. With the word in my heart, with the angel on my back, so I'm never gonna win this fight.
My mother had told me that there was a prophet that was coming into town, and so I was actually in LA, and I had to get back to El Paso, which was like a 14 or 15 hour drive. So drove all night all the way through and just barely made it for the service. But when I got there, he called me out of the crowd and he spoke this word over me that kind of like blew my mind. He basically just said that, you know, you're gonna bring in a new sound to the kingdom, and it's gonna, you know, it's gonna usher people in. You know, you're gonna be an expert in the media department, rhythms. He specifically said rhythms.
Get it, bro!
It's gonna be a perfect counter, dude. Just gotta do it.
Check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
You know, I grew up in a Christian household. I grew up going to church. My parents were missionaries. I always felt like Christian music was kind of like missing something. Missing something exciting, missing something different. And so I feel like with this project, God has really been able to use us in a way that's helping us create the new sound for His kingdom. It's something super exciting, and I envision like performing it live in front of, you know, huge crowds of tens of thousands of people. I imagine people like jumping up and down in mosh pits. Christian concerts and Christian music, there's no reason that it can't be as good as the secular music. Because the fact is there's a lot of great secular music out there, and there's no reason that the Christian music can't be as good or as fun to listen to.
Yeah, I got nothing to fear in this walk when I'm following the will of God.
God made everything, right? That's what I believe. I do believe there's a creator. Everything is held together literally through vibration. So harmony is God's language, and music is harmony and dissonance, and it's literally God's gift and way of communicating through us if we see it, and not everybody sees it.
But on that, I give thanks. That's when you go do 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 do. That's when you start doing the lead. Yeah, when you hear that. Yeah.
Lord, I give thanks. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound is for pulling me through and turning my life around. You placed me down, and now I can touch the ground. And for that, my praises go up, my blessings must come down. When I felt like I was down, you pulled me through. When I looked up to the hills, I know my help comes from you.
That was good. Save that. Yes. Save that.
Save that one.
So I keep on walking with pain in my knees, but you make a way when you part in the seas. The image of God is reflected in me. Your kingdom is coming, praise be to the King.
I was overwhelmed in a good way initially. Like, they showed me the tracks, you know, when we were setting up yesterday. This feels kind of like a blur right now, by the way, because this is day 2. So I heard the tracks the first time yesterday morning, and I was initially overwhelmed and blown away, but in the best way. You know when something is real and when something isn't. And initially from the jump, before we even recorded anything, you could tell it came from an authentic place.
I know what my purpose is now in the kingdom, because working on this album has actually restored my hunger for Christ, you know, my will to go after him, seek his face, because every verse I write, every note I play, it's different than it has been over the years. I put more effort into it. Like every verse I write, I'm in my Bible more now than I ever been. You know, coming up, I came up in the church, my dad's a pastor, so it was like one of those things where we had to do it. So I lost, you know, it got boring to me, like literally, like I'm like, it's the same thing, it's patterns, and run to the same people, same problems. When God gave us the word that it's going to be a new sound, that's what we want. We don't want to sound like nobody. We want to catch the ear of the non-believer. Why? Because we want to just bring them to Christ, man. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here. We're not doing this just because it sounds good. We're trying to reach souls out here. Like when the music starts, we want to grab your attention, and then we want you to listen to the words too. You know what I'm saying?
Back in my grind, now what you thought? Devil ain't got me, I don't stop. I don't back down when I'm with God. All of my demons freezing up. I've been up late and I feel them coming. It's like I've been under attack. Waking up deader than night, and the devil is haunting me, holding me back. He won't take my breath away.
I honestly like wake up sometimes and I'm like, what just happened? Like, did we really create a whole album in a month? I've gone through so many things. I've messed up. I've done this, but God is still using me, right? Like, that's huge. Like, to be able to know that no matter where you're at in life, no matter the situation that you're going through, no matter how many times you've messed up, no matter how many times you think you can't see the next move, you know, God's always there. He's always there, and he's always willing to work with you, but you have to lay it down. You can't. The reason why this is working now is because I took myself out of the equation. And for so long, I tried to put myself in the middle of it, and it just wasn't working. And once I decided to move myself out of it and give it all to God, that's when he started bringing all the parts. And so no matter all the things that I've been through, God still allowed this to happen.